That does not mean you apply a lot. Okay, now, remember when I was talking about liquidity, I told you there is a different type of liquidity. I told you there is trend line liquidity. But,
Yes, sir.
Now, so as much as there is trend line liquidity, there is also, see, everything still goes back to price action. You just have to understand it. In as much as there's a trend line liquidity, but there's something that you need to understand. Now, let me break this particular price down for you. And if anybody does not understand it, that person should just remove himself from the group because Forex is not for you. Now, look at this. We have a trap. We still have something that I'm still going to explain. There's a strategy that everything that we are going to be doing is something like this. We'll be drawing stuff like this, up and down. So I'm still going
Sir,
to
you're not sharing screen. You can't see your screen. We only see your wallpaper, sir.
What's it telling you, David? So I said, we are not even done yet. We are still going to talk about channel, trading channel. We've not talked about that one. No. So now, I said if I break this entry down now, based on the last conference that I explained, and you do not understand it, then just remove yourself from the group. Just know that you cannot be profitable. So now, let me break it down for you. Off your video, please. So now, this guy is a particular channel, right? Then market broke structure right here. So now, after market breaking structure, it got induced. Then it leads to a new break of structure. On a norms, what would you love to do here?
Buy.
What would you love to do here?
Buy.
You would love to buy. Now, I want you guys to just listen. It's not hard. If you would love to buy here, and it buy a little bit and it failed, what are you supposed to do? What are you now supposed to do as a smart person? Because you know that why would they invalidate this beautiful PR? Why? So definitely it's a sort of a manipulation. So which means this guy is a what? Is now a violation point. Remember, this is a valid price action. It's different from when we have this one. It's different from when we have, let me redraw it for you. It's different from when we have this. Then we have a break of structure without any inducement. Then we are expecting price to what? To buy from here, then it give us a base and a drop. This one is just like market just creating the inducement as fresh. Because we know in the first place, this is just a mere break of structure. But this one, it is a valid price action that we all like. Because it manipulates, then it breaks structure. So now, the price action that took it out is now what? Is now your violation block. So this is now where the confluence that I'm talking about comes in. Now look at this. As a trend line trader, now plot your trend line. Trend line traders will actually feel like, okay, now they want to buy from here. They want to buy from here. And you want to buy from here. Now it got manipulated. But you should already know that even though this guy gives you a clean price action, you should know it is going to fail. How would you know? Because you know that this market, if this is a true inducement, then the market has to sell. And if it wants to sell, the origin of the inducement needs to be clear. This guy. So that is why this point is not even making any sense to actually buy from. Okay, so now market touch here. Now it's violated, giving you a what? A violation block here. And now confluencing with what? Trend line 1, trend line 2, trend line 3, and trend line 4. Then back to your POI. So where is the reason not to sell from here? Pushing your stop loss at wherever you like and you sell. So now let's now go again. The same thing goes to this. It will come in different types. Now let's break this down too. We have market took out this liquidity. Then we have our eye right here. Where is always your target after an external liquidity is being taken? That is also very, very important. Whenever an external is taken to the upside, and you know it is an external, then it has to take the next to the downside. It has to. That has to be your final target. If you mark this point as an inducement, if you draw anything out now, and you are going high, low, high, then you call this an inducement. Where would market needs to get to? It is here. Not just stop here and sell. If it just stop here and sell, then it is not an inducement. It is a break construction. So for you to call it an inducement, means this guy needs to be cleared. So now, if this is an inducement, this guy needs to be cleared. So now, market got here. It sell off. No reason to enter, right? So now, market now came to this guy. No, you should see my marker now. Market came to this guy now. It induced.
I can't see your markers now. I can't see your mouse.
Oh. Right? What about now? What about now, guys? My mouse is here now.
Yeah, it shows now. It's big enough.
Are you seeing my mouse now?
Yes, no, yes, sir.
So now, looking at this PA now, we are trying to analyze the order flow, but nothing is really making sense to me. So now we took out this liquidity again. So after taking out this liquidity, where will be my target? I want you to listen attentively. What is going to be my target? My target is going to be here. So if my target is going to be here, market sell aggressively to the downside. Selling aggressively to the downside, let me now use what I explained to you guys with a violation block that time for you. FVG reclaimed and whatsoever. Let me now use it to break this thing down for you. Let me go to 5 minutes. Let me go to 5 minutes. Load up, load up, load up, load up, load up. I think I need to explain target for you guys because understanding target enough self can give you confidence in scaling in on your entry. I'm coming, but I think you guys should remind me that Telegram quits. All the best. All the best. So now, look at what I'm saying now here. It's what you know. You guys just think it's complex. It's not. Now look at this. If we count this structure, we'll be counting swing low to a high, the broke structure here, then he rallied. So now, where is the last point that took out this guy? It is this guy. But why wouldn't this guy hold? It's because there is a range up here, which this guy mitigated as a what? As a break and retest, which is responsible for the creation of an FVG, which is weak to weak. That is why this guy failed. So now it's failed. They come back to this week to week. So not just about this week to week now. Let's now use our confluence now. So let's use psychological level as a confluence. So the psychological level in this zone will be what? Markets got here, it reacted. It got here, it reacted. It got here, it reacted. So this is the psychological zone. Get here, reaction, reaction, then manipulative, reaction, reaction, then reaction. So, do you guys understand what I'm saying, Seth?
What are you thinking? That fucked our life.
Voila, in the way.
Did
Did anybody understand what I just said now?
The thing is this.
Yeah,
Come on.
you understand.
Understand the zone you are marking.
Hello, come on. Hello, sir.
You
I
guys
feel
understand?
like when everybody watches the record, we are going to understand better.
I'm still telling you the same thing. You guys not just get it. Now look at how will I do this thing for these Olodo people like this? Oh yeah. So now, who is drawing again? How will I delete this guy drawing like this? Deleted it. Now look at this. Why did you think Kwansimodo? Why do you think that thing play out? Why do you think it plays out? It only plays out because of confluence. It only plays out because of psychological level. Without psychological level, based on price action, I said, based on targets, if you call this, okay, based on our ABC rule, one high, low, high. If this guy, we call it an inducement, where will be our target? Market has to create a new high. We know that one. So now, if we call this guy an inducement, two things happened here at the same time. MVG creation and reclaim happened here. Let me show you. We have an inducement right here. They took it out. This guy is a demand. We got a reaction from it and a sell. So this point is supposed to be a base. But I know it is not going to hold. Why? Because it is as a result of what? A break and retest right here. So that break and retest is not the creation of fair value gap, which is weak to weak. Which is why the market had to come all the way to fill that week to week here before this big sale started. All these ones that happened here, they only happened as a result of this breaker. Nothing more. They did their own sale whatsoever. So after doing that sale, they have not gotten to my week to week area, which means there's still unfilled price action here. So there's still a FVG here. So now market is this high now is now our inducement as a result of what? ABC. And I told you there's two types of ABC. The type 1 incomplete pullback. The second one is the one that is a complete pullback, but did not what? Did not fill a fair value gap. So this one is the type 2. It did not fill this fair value gap. It only comes as a mitigation of a breaker. Anytime your B come as a result of a breaker, your B leg come as a result of a breaker, and it leave an unmitigated point above it, then it is an inducement. So if this guy is an inducement, then what is your final target? Your final target is here. So if market now gets here, sell off without getting to the final target and pull back again. Why won't you get in? Because the same way I broke down this guy, that we have this guy, a break of structure and a pullback and a fair value gap above it. That is the same thing we have here. You can see weak to what? To weak. Because this guy is as a result of mitigation of this breaker. So apart from that, apart from the fact that I know that this point is a valid point to sell from, I can now apply the concept of key level to it, which is I will now look at, okay, let me look at my left. What is the psychological level that is reigning here? So I can tell that the market got here, reacted at this zone, reacted at this one, reacted at this one, reacted at this one, until I'm just drawing it to the future. It reacted here, reacted here, reacted here, reacted here, violate it as a result of this guy is an inducement. They took it out. They have not met the target. You have your order flow intact and your rule of FVG creation, which they created here without mitigating. As a result of the same incomplete pullback that I told you that left FVG behind. So they mitigate it here. Exactly around your key level. Then you sell. And what did the market do? Immediately got to the TP, it pulled back. After pulling back, what happened next? We want to continue the order flow. So what do you see again? Market did the same thing. Market created, when it created this low, it created a FVG. But what did I say? Market has to induce something before the creation of FVG. It induced this guy, then it created FVG, which is weak to weak. So it come back inside the FVG and it sell off. The same thing again. We have weak to weak.
Sorry, does it mean that before we can say the FVG is valid, there must be an inducement?
They have to be. They have to be. So now we got another entry from here, right here. Another one again. They expanded, but remember, this guy is now a what? A breaker block. So we're not just making the entry because it's a breaker block, but because you can see the week to week there. And look at what I am saying again. The same thing of fair value gap creation. We have a demand right here. Where is the last point that took out the demand? It is this guy. But why did the market ignore it? It is because it is responsible for nothing. And we have a week to week above it. Having this breaker block sitting exactly above our week to week. So we got another entry from here. So as a confluence again in this circle, I can say, okay, this point, market was rejecting it over and over again. Because when market got here, it bought. When market got here, look at the rejection, it bought. When market got here, it manipulated it, it bought. So which means this point is an extra confluence. For me, as a result of this reaction, this reaction, this reaction, then this reaction. Am I making sense?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's making sense. Making sense.
It's making sense now. The sense not full now, but
okay, don't they make sense now, Abby?
I swear.
Now because you're not they give you time. We just something we say now simple stuff where you can't do. So it's not really complex. It's the same rule. Complete pullback and incomplete pullback. It's the same rule, but liquidity FVG creation has to be what? Has to happen after manipulation. So FVG reclaim is now when this rule fails, then they will have to reclaim it to the opposite direction. This rule now, it's manipulated, it created an FVG. If it's now failed, then I will be buying exactly from the flip. Huh? Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Look at this point now. Do you see any manipulation and FVG creation? Nothing. It's just mitigation. Until, let's keep going. Nothing here. Until we get here. Look at this guy. Nothing is really making sense around here. Nothing. Until we had this guy. My mom. I'm coming, guys. Hello, mommy. Ó wà ẹ pé nọ́mbà ẹ̀ jàre bẹ́ẹ̀ lè máa pè ní ṣé lè pè ní èwo ni ẹ máa jẹ pé báyìí next báyìí kìnìún nǹkan ẹ pè ìyá Ìbàdàn mo ń ṣiṣẹ́ lọ́wọ́ jọ ẹ jẹ́ máa pè báyìí òun lè máa ẹ pè kẹ́bìrì ìwọ́n ní kẹ́ máa pè mí ṣé òun nọ́mbà tí ò lọ ni kí ló dé ẹ jẹ́ máa rọra ó yé mi inú yín dùn ni ó yá ẹja yín lọ bọ̀ ẹ ṣá ń dùn lórí ẹ pè bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣé nọ́mbà tí ò kí ń lọ ni ṣé nọ́mbà tí ò lọ ni má dà irọ́ ẹ pè torí gbogbo àtẹ bá pè mí báyìí òun lẹ máa ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ mi ẹ pè ó yá. Are you guys with me?
Yes, sir.
So now, investigating everything here, is there manipulation and fair value gap creation? None. The only one that I can see here is this. So you will see what I'm talking about now. Now look at this, another angle. This one did not manipulate anything, so it is not tradable. The only one that manipulates something is this eye. Then they created a fair value gap here, week to week. But market will always do like market. So on the norms here, I will have traded from here. From this guy, and my stop loss will have been here. And market did what he likes to do. He decided to rejected, sell a little bit, took it out, which caused a new manipulation entirely. Then he started selling. Do I see any reason to get in here? Though they manipulated, but is there any FVG creation? No. Not until when? Yeah. Because I know that they have manipulated this guy now. This one have stopped me out cool. So now we have a manipulation. Even though I know that this one is a very clear stop hunt. Because if you go to line charts, you are not going to see it there. Remember, I'm still going to teach you guys divergence. So now we have line charts. You see that the whole manipulation thing is not there. So which means we were right, but market decided to do what it likes to do, which is manipulate. Right? So now let's go back to our normal chart. But who cares? We shop the loss. So now what happened next? Market continue with the mitigation around here. Remind me, I will still teach you guys something. So now they broke structure here. So after breaking structure, they mitigated. But is there imbalance? No. But we know that they mitigated. Not until when market what? Remember, we have our manipulation here. It breaks structure. We have no reason to enter directly from here because no imbalance. So now what happened next is market created an FVG, a week to week. Right? So creation of that week to week now, I got myself a new reason to what? To get it exactly from here. So getting it exactly from here, is there any other confluence I can add to this guy in terms of key level or trend line? Then that is actually my choice. Then I enter from here, then I sell off. So now if I say I want to look for confluence now, I can say, okay, where is the market respecting the most? There's nothing about key level. It is what you are finding. That is what you would see. But the only thing I can see here is that I can lock in my trend line. The market reacted from here, from here, from here, even starting as from here. Because I can tell that market rejected from here, sell off from here, manipulated this one, which is not supposed to be there. Then this is my third touch. Then I took my sell, then my target is exactly this low. So apart from the other flow, then manipulation, liquidity creation, I know my target. That is why I said target is always important. You need to know where the market wants to get to. So I emphasize on that on our next class. You need to know. Even on higher time frame, you will use the same skill on higher time frame because when you know where the market is likely to get to, definitely you know how to follow it. Why do you think I used to scale it? Because something used to tell me I am right. Market needs to get here. So instead of just pulling back and I'm wasting money, I would rather just scale. So because I know So all those scaling, those are opportunities for entries for anybody. So that's why you need to know where price needs to get to. So as a result of this guy, look at now. If you go to line chart, this point looks like it doesn't make sense. But this violation block that I said it's mitigated here, it looks like it does not make any sense. So, but now let me switch to line chart for you. Let me switch to line chart. Can you see that it is now a clear value? You can see that it is a breaker block, a very clear breaker block now. Can you see that? You can see that this is a low to a high, a low to a high. Then the market reacts a little bit, then it break it. Am I right? Am I right, guys?
Yes, sir.
So you can see it's a clear breaker block. So going back to your normal chart, but I did not see fair value gap there after the manipulation. Then it is not tradable for me. Then I will ignore it. Then the other conference I use is this trend line. Market gets here, reacted. Boom, sell off, move. On a norm self, if probably before you get to this TP, I will have drawn something like this. Maybe it's me. I will have said, this is a week.
Yes, coming.
I will have said this is the week to week. But the market did not push higher to mitigate it before selling. Yeah. It's actually a base. You understand the logic? Mute yourself now. Shall people take into my para? Oh my God.
I just ate bread and Milo.
Who be this guy, bro? Mute yourself, I beg.
I don't know why you guys always choose to just piss me off sometimes. I'm just, it's been a while since I had session. So getting myself together to my normal energy, I'm just getting myself back. So now, that is that about that. So now let's go again. Manipulation, liquidity creation. Now, look at the chart again. We have market, high, low, blah, blah, blah. Then the market did what? Remember, this whole manipulation that the market did here, that I said the stop out my money, we know it's a manipulation. So it is a POI itself, because we know it is not supposed to be there. It just decided to come and shank me. Now, we are, what's this? So we have it as our POI here. We don't even really care. We have it as our POI. Then what do we notice around here? We notice that we have a sort of a liquidity around here. The market what? Break structure. So breaking of the structure now. Where is our liquidity creation? Where is our FVG? I'm coming. So now we have this guy broke our structure right here, major structures. But this is our first break of structure. Then we'll be getting our entry. You can see the big expansion after the manipulation. Then we can get in exactly from here to continue ourselves. But let's say the market did this and you wanted to chill. I would have waited for market to do this, then come back up again. But why would I wait for it to come back up when I can also trade the breaker block itself? Okay, we got in on that one. Let's look for the same rule again. Liquidity creation, liquidity grab, and FVG creation. Now, the grab liquidity, then where is the FVG creation? The FVG creation is here, week to week. Then you can see they're pushing inside, they continue the sell. Is it getting clearer a little bit now? So now let's go again. Where is the liquidity creation? We have our liquidity creation here. They grab it. So where is our fair value gap? We have our week. Our week to week. Sometimes it will pull back to the 50%, sometimes it will not. Sometimes it will just do Oribuku that it wants to do. So now, so the only reason why it did not get too far, week, there's something about week to week. It will, once it take out the first week like this, it might just fly. Sometimes to come back inside the order block, sometimes it will not. That's one thing about it. So you can see they push through the week and it's starting to buy. So starting to buy now, what do we have now? We follow the order flow again. We follow the order flow right here, week to week. Week. You can see here too, week to week. These are most of the time reason you miss your entries. Afterwards, it is not just a random week to week. It is after, you can see this guy broke structure here. So it is after a manipulation. But you can see that everything is also aligning with order flow itself. So week to week, it continues its bias to the upside. So where's the next manipulation again? We have this guy taking care of this low. Then where is our week to week? Our week to week is exactly right here. Week to week. Manipulation and week to week. So now, what happened next again? This guy took out this week to week. What happened next again? Week to week. Hello, Yabado. Yes, ma'am. Oh, yeah. Jai, I love you too, man. So now, so you can see how we keep going over and over again. So now, this point now, we have our manipulation, then again, week to week. So you can see they got here and it failed. So why do you think they did not reclaim it here? It's because the reaction does not lead to an inducement. The reaction should have taken out this eye. If the reaction has taken out this eye, they will reclaim it and it will sell. Do you understand what I mean there? This push that happened here, if it actually breaks this structure here before breaking it back down, they will reclaim it and sell. But because it is not responsible for any sort of inducement, then they ignored it. They refused not to use it. So what are we doing again this time? They manipulated, then week to week, over and over and over and over and over and over again. So now market got here, it reacted from here, you can see, then it started consolidating until it started to buy. So buying here right now, what do we have? Then it bought to a certain level, then the sell off. So you just have to understand that you can see how I'm picking it. I'm not even adding another flow to it at all. But you should be able to understand it clearly now. Huh? Show you buy. Do you guys understand now?
Yes, sir.
What's the question? You said you have a question.
Yeah, boss, I hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
You know, after the break of structure and the pullback down, if it goes up and like come down again to retest immediately, just like all this place, you know, like that's like you called it eternal structure. So can we use that after the team mitigate it, like read that eternal structure, that week to week, the fake value gap?
You want to focus on the rule that I told you at first, which is manipulation and expansion. If it mitigates it immediately, that is, I understand what you're trying to say. Yeah. I think God bless you for that. What you mean is, let's say, let me draw it out. Let me explain that to round up the day. Let's say we have high, low, then we have a manipulation. So manipulate, then expansion. So now this is the expansion. This is my own. Okay, I'm coming now. Manipulation and expansion week to week, then you sell up. But if you now did something like this, high, low, then I did something like this. Then you mitigate it immediately. Then you sell off. Is that what you mean?
Yes, boss.
That is why I said, understand this rule of violation block. I explained in one of our sessions that when you have high, low, high, low, high, low, high, then you have your inducement, boom, a base. One of your confirmation is once market take care of this base to the opposite direction, you can sell from here. Because this base is a violation block that got flipped. You can sell from there. But there are some scenarios whereby you would have it, they will sell off directly from it, but it will now give you a fair value gap inside. That's why market will come back to clear it, then sell off. But if it retraces inside, remember that was the first thing that I broke down around here. This is it here. You can see. This is it here. So if it actually mitigated immediately without creating an fair value gap, then you are good. But if it created a fair value gap, they will come there again. They will come there again. So you have to focus on, you can make sure this guy is inside this guy. If it is outside it, you cannot reclaim it. It is wrong. It is risky. But it has to be inside the range, which means it has to be a violation block. So if it is a violation block, they will reclaim the breakout first, just to create a week to week. Then you will come for it, then sell. Am I clear?
Yes, boss.
So I guess we are done for the day. Then we are going to meet on Thursday.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Thank you, guys. I hope, even though I don't know if I don't scatter on our brain small, but I guess you guys should understand it at the end of it, because I think when it comes to the ending part, it's starting to make sense.
Yes, boss.
So,
Come on.